Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would love to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Barakathu Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rikar Kodash. Give double honors to our apostles of Great Millstone, our spiritual teachers. Peace and salutations to our sincere brothers pushing His truth throughout the four corners of the earth. And shalom to our sincere, loving brothers and sisters, fearing and trusting and believing in Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Amen. I would like to name this Showtime. This is very fascinating, yeah, because are these people really doing the will of the Lord? As you could see in the picture here, there's one, there's two, and there's three. And when you see that now, what comes to mind? Yeah? These soup kitchens. All right? Do they really think that they're doing good? So let me start with this first scripture in the 1 Corinthians verse 13. And now abideth, 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 13. Okay. And now abideth faith, hope, charity, these three, but the greatest of these is charity. Of course, charity is very powerful. Now, you see, in terms of the Christians, you see, they don't know what real charity is. They just block their ears and straight away they just think about love, love, love. I'm going to be so loving and caring. Let me just give. Let me just feed people. Yeah? Let's cook a big pot and it's bringing everybody off the street to feed. That is what they think real charity is. But are you doing the will of the Lord? And it's nothing wrong to give, you know. But it's an order. You have to follow the order. You don't go according to your own interpretation. Straight away, love. They don't even know the meaning of love. In the blue letter, Strong's G 2026. Hold on. Agape. Yes? Agape love. All right? Affection. Goodwill. Love. Benevolence. Brotherly love. Love feast. All right? Then just think about love, love, love. But knowing, not really truly knowing what it's all about. Let me go to John. Let me go to John. John 15 verse 6. Let me start with 6. And I'm going to go down, Lord willing, to maybe about, let's see, about 13, about there, Lord willing. If a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch, and it's withered, and men gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned. If ye abide in me, and my words abide in you, ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done unto you. Herein is my Father glorified, that ye bear much fruit, so shall ye be more my disciples. As the Father have loved me, so have I loved you. Continue in my love. You see? And they stop there. They stop there, full stop. They close the book, they go home. They shut the door and go home. They don't go further. Listen how it goes further now. In verse 10, right? In John chapter 15, verse 10. Let me start from 9. Let me start from 9 again. As the Father have loved me, so have I loved you. Continue ye in my love. Eh? Love, 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 love. Here now in 10. If ye keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love, even as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. If ye keep my commandments. Okay, going down. These things have I spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, and that your joy might be full. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Right? So they think now, okay, let me open up this big kitchen now and open up some big pots. Yeah, look at the picture. Big pot. Yeah. And just serving. I think that is it. As you all know, you're going to attract all the people, what's the word? You're going to attract all types of people for the wrong reason. You see, they're not following the order. Because if you follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, and they don't do that, because listen, I need, Baba Gosha, before I forget this, right? I need to say this quick testimony. When I used to go to church, one of the churches I used to go to, one of my brother's churches, I used to visit. All right, I say this quickly. And I tell you what, these churches are all hypocrites, right? Hypocrites is all show. I remember when it used to come to so-called, when it came down to Christmas time, yeah? I'm going to try to say it quickly. I don't know what, it wasn't a big church. It had maybe about 80 people in the church, okay? 80 people in the church. Could be about 80 to 100. It was a small gathering. And every Christmas, I don't know what it was, they got some free hampers from the government or something. I don't know where it came from. I don't know where the source. They got these hampers, right? And because of Christmas time, and maybe they got about 400 to 500 hampers. And in these hampers, they had ham in it, right? Because it's Christmas. They had turkey, they had ham, right? Ham is, as you know, is pork. They had like wine and bits and pieces in that hamper, okay? It was down heavy, okay? At that time, I wasn't in the truth. That's about 2 years before I came in the truth. So in this hamper now, and the person that received these hampers, right, the member of the church, used to call all the congregation in the church. 81, let's say, 80 congregation, 80 members of the church, and ask them, you want a hamper? You want a hamper? Now listen to me, right? Even my mother at the time, when she was alive, she said, that don't seem right. Because they was calling her to ask if she wanted a hamper. She did take one, right? But they asked if she wanted another one too. So she even saying that she wanted to say, why give me in the first place? Because, there's people out there. Because the reason why these people gave the church the hampers, right? It could have been about 500 hampers, is to get them, and all the church members would go to people's houses or whatever and try to give out these hampers. But what they're doing, they was distributing these hampers among the members of the church. So let's say if there's about 500 hampers, all right, and there's 100 people in the church, straight away it's down to 400. Because no, not even they even took two hampers, right? So I even said to myself at the time, I said, no, that don't seem right. And we thank the Lord at the time, we knew that you could have given it to somebody else that really needed it. Okay? And then again, I said, you know what? That is off, man. And plus, it's abominable. You see, these churches, they're hypocrites. Giving it all the congregation first, going round once, going round twice, yeah? And grab as much as you can, and then you're going to give to the people out there who needs it. So I said, and these little things build up over the years. I could say some stories, things that went on in churches, and I suppose all you brothers and sisters have the same story to tell. That was off, man. And on top of it now, even worse, that it was abomination in that hamper. The swine. All right? You thank the Lord that, the Lord has taken us out of that kind of the blindness. Right? So I'm glad I got that out of the way, because these Christians are hypocrites. Right? I remember there's a time I went to this Catholic church. I went to visit this Catholic church for a little time. And I tell you what, every month they had this food feast. Listen, right? And in that gathering, they had at least about 600 people in that congregation. And they got money. They had money. All these people had money. And they used to bring pots and pots of food. And they had Indian people bringing food. They had Caribbean, they had English food, you name it, pastries, everything, you name it, top of the range food. Right? And anytime they had this kind of feast, you've never seen so much different faces before in your life. People coming to stuff their faces. People go on the grass, sit down. This is during the summertime. They'll lie down in the sun, right, to get their breath, and then run back again for round 5. Yeah, stuff in their stomach. And the next week, you didn't see these faces again. You see, what is it? What was the point? You see, because Christians want to do it their way, and that's the wrong way. That is the wrong way. That's why, Elder Apostle Hart said, when it comes to the Passover, you can't invite, when the Passover comes, you just invite everybody. You don't know who's coming in, right? You don't know who's spies. You don't know who's devious. You don't know who's ready to stab you in the back. You don't know who's ready to investigate what you're doing and try to, you know what I mean? Some people crept in unawares. Yeah? You don't know. Okay? It's ridiculous. That's why it's all show. That's why I named this one Showtime. It's all for show. So where was I reading now? You see, it's all about the love. Right? Brotherly love, sisterly love. But listen, if you keep the Lord's commandments, yes? And secondly, if you know about it, you will, and I'm sure these food kitchens, they serve all kind of abominable foods, right? I'll go to Romans. I'm glad I got that out of the way, because that was really, I just remembered this actually when I was just starting to put this video together. Earlier I remembered, all right? And I said, I need to bring this out. Where is the charity there? And if you give out these hampers, and if you got 100 left over or something left, you still do something to try and give to people, go to strangers' houses, whoever, to give out these what is remaining. No, but you call the congregation to ask them, do you want another 2? You want another 3? Romans chapter 13. Let me start from 8, please. Let me see. Romans 13, start from 8. Oh, depth of love. Oh, no man anything. Oh, no man anything but to love one another, right? And these Christians are love, 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 love. For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law. You see? Another have fulfilled the law, but they're not doing it in the right way. They're not following the laws, statutes, the commandments. They only follow one law, is the love, and that's it. But they don't go to the depth of it. You see? For this thou shalt not commit adultery, right? And that goes on in churches too. Because when you come to this truth, you fear the Lord so much, that's the worst thing you want to do, is commit adultery. Thou shalt not kill, which means really should not murder. Yeah? Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. It's pure hypocrisy in churches. Thou shalt not covet. And they do that in churches again. Right? And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law. Fulfilling, but they're not fulfilling the law, are they? Come on, brothers and sisters, we all could talk about it. Eh? How much time do you have? Come on, how much time do you have? We can talk and talk about this for months, because these so-called Christians do not fulfill the law. What? They don't even know what is love. They don't even know what is sin. Sin is the transgression of the law. Did I say love worketh no ill? Right? Yeah, that was on the finisher. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law. All right? You see, these Christians, they don't know, right? They're just blinded. They don't even know what they're doing correctly. Yes? Right? Not understanding. And like I said to me, even my knowledge is limited. My little knowledge I have is very limited, but I know for a fact now, through the spirit of Yahweh Shemashai, coming to this truth and learning from our elders and apostles and our brothers, right? I know, at least I know certain things. And you must keep the dietary law, and that's very important. And they're not doing that in churches. The next one is in, I'm jumping around a little bit, Salakia. Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14. And it says, for by the vain glory of men they entered into the world, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end. Right? It's all about that vain glory. Yahweh Shemashai hates that vain glory. Hates that pride. You want to be seen. You want to try to do things your own way. You're not following the rule. You're not following the law. You're not following the order. It's not according to yourself. Because you have to retrain. You have to start all over again. You have to start all over again. Drop everything. Take the cross off your neck. Right? I used to do all that, wear the chain, the cross of my neck. You pull that off, you throw it in the bin. You cut out all kinds of abominable foods. So they want to keep all these things and just smile and think that's it. You're welcome. Come as you are. Anybody can come. Just come in. I don't care. Let me open my door. Everybody's coming. I say that one more time. Wisdom of Solomon 14 verse 14. For by the vain glory of men they entered into the world, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end. Kal halal yaw ba sham yaw shai ba sham reka kudash. I'll go to Matthew's now. Last scripture here. Matthew's. Matthew chapter 6. Matthew chapter 6. Verse 5. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in synagogues and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily, truly, that means truly, I say unto you, they have their reward. What is that saying? They just want to be seen of men. Right? Giving out all this food. Because you know what that attracts them. Food attracts people. But if you do it the other way around, search their heart first to know if they're sincere, then you invite them in. You see, that's an order. That's why the law said, it says that you follow, if you love me, feed my sheep, follow my commandments. And that's what we're trying to do to the best of our ability. Follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Is an order. You be like hypocrites. You see? And when thou prayest, shalt thou not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in synagogues and in the corners of the streets. Yeah, what they're doing? They're going out in the street corners, giving out food. Yes? Trying to attract all the people in that way. And what you're going to do? You're going to receive all the undesirables. You don't know who you're receiving. That's why the scripture says that you must try a brother first. Even when a brother comes to the truth, you have to try a brother first. You have to try him for years. You don't try a brother for 1 month and that's it. Oh, he's a brother. You try him, you try him, you try him. Okay? You try a brother. Even me, don't fucking trust me. Don't trust me. You have to try somebody. Because you don't know, when a person comes in front of you, they smile, but you don't know what's going on in their fucking brain. You don't know what's going on. Deceitful. It's the same thing with them, those soup kitchens, right? They smile at you, try to grab you in. What reason? For what reason would they grab you in for? To indoctrinate you in their kind of way. Hypocrites, man, they want to be seen of all men. Like they're doing good. So if you give away free food, hey, the Lord's not seeing that, you know. Listen to me, right? The Lord is not seeing that. Right? The Lord is not watching that. Just because you open your kitchen and give a little food, a little nice grilled chicken topped with nice cheese and a little nice piece of bread at the side of it and a nice bowl of soup, you think that's going to let you get into the kingdom of heaven? No. That you got, it don't work that way, you know. It don't work that way. You could be charitable and you could be a fucking nigger same way. You can't be a nigger. Right? The same way like the government, right? They're giving you in one hand, but the next hand, at the same time when they're giving you, they're grabbing with the other hand the same way. Nothing is free in this life. You see? But when you go the proper way, to Yahweh Ba Sham Yahushai Ba Sham Rakah Kodash, free. That is for free. All the Lord is asking you is to follow his law, statutes, and commandments and to feed the sheep. That's all he's asking you to do. To feed the lambs. Feed who? The lost ones. Yes? And if you follow the law, statutes, and commandments, you become more rooted and grounded in the faith, and you start to discern a bit better, and you start to realize, hold on there. I just can't just give like that, not while even knowing the person. I just can't do that. You don't know what they have, you don't know if they're sincere. And I'm sure the elders and apostles have been through a lot of stories where they've been charitable and loving to people, to brothers, and people just come and go, just come to use. All right? And you know that scripture says you mustn't defraud a brother. To defraud a brother is fucked up. Defrauding a brother. You must never do that. Don't deceive a brother. Don't defraud a brother. Right? Don't stab a brother in the back. How long do we want to speak for? How long shall we speak for? So it boils down to the hypocrisy in the church, and it boils down to even our brothers and sisters in this truth. We all have to try to make it right. We all have to try to make it right, to count each other worthy. So when Yahushua comes back, we are counted worthy. Just because a brother smiles at you, it doesn't mean he loves you. Just because a brother says shalom to you, it doesn't mean he loves you. Remember that. He might hate your fucking guts. And I hate that. I hate a hypocrite. Okay? I hate a hypocrite. I would rather see a brother, he can't even read or write. He can't even count to 3. He cannot count to 3. But if he's a sincere brother and he's loving, he's caring, and he fears Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, and he will never hurt you. Listen, I do the world for you. And I know he fears the Lord and he loves you as a brother. All right? Or rather that brother, he can't even speak. He can't even count. If you give him coins to count, you give him £10 to count or $10 to count in coins, he can't count it. That's what it is. But if he's sincere in his heart, in his spirit, sincere, he can't even say the alphabet. But he's sincere. Man, listen, you grab onto that brother here. You grab onto that sister. Okay? Because it's not about fucking show time. Yeah, show. It's not about show time. Fucking hypocrites. Right? Let's all pray for sincerity, yeah? Let's all pray for sincerity. And me too. Because I cannot cast that first stone. I cannot cast it. Because I'm a hypocrite too. Right? My heart is deceitfully wicked. Right? I go off. I do things. I'm fucked up in the head. I'm fucking... Listen to me. Listen. All right? I can't throw that first stone. That's why we need Yahushua. And we need deliverance. All right? to make it right. That's what it's all about. And that's why these fucking Christians, again, right? Fuck that all the Christians, because they're gonna remain the same. They're not gonna change. Right? It's only the will of the Lord can make them change. Okay? But we, now that we've known the truth, our job is to try to feed the flock. Feed the flock to the best of our ability in sincerity, not in craftiness. All right? Shalom.